Okay, so I'm making this video to try to explain the things that happen, and I'm hoping somebody could help me to understand, because the last thing I want to do is be deceived by a false spirit, or that's the last place I want to be. I want to be very careful about this, and I try to compare, and I usually try to find people to go to, people I trust who are rich in their faith. But this picture was posted today. Okay, for instance, this is say somebody's been diagnosed with a heart condition, okay, recently, and maybe that person has been praying to have a heart like Christ, okay, and all of a sudden out of the blue, they get diagnosed with a heart condition. The next thing you know, you start seeing images, symbols of hearts, and then you start to wonder or contemplate, I shouldn't say wonder, contemplate on the heart of Jesus, the Sacred Heart of Jesus. You start to contemplate of him on the cross being crucified and how they stabbed his heart and blood and water poured out of it. And you start to wonder about the suffering he must have felt, the physical suffering he felt. And then you have to imagine who was at the foot of the cross. Mary Magdalene, his mother Mary, of course, and I think it was John. And he asks John to take care of his mother. Mary represents the church. She holds her in her heart, and Jesus comes to heal us, not only physically but spiritually, okay? Our heart. So we've got a broken heart, a beaten heart in him, and then a broken heart in Mary. This symbolizes two different things, okay? And then you would go to text in the Bible to maybe confirm that. The crucifixion of Jesus in John. There they crucified him with the two others, one on either side. That's the Trinity, symbolic 3. Jesus in the middle. Pilate also had an inscription written and put on the cross. It read, Jesus the Nazarene, the King of the Jews. Now many of the Jews read this inscription because the place where Jesus was crucified was near the city, and it was written in Hebrew, Latin, and Greek. So the chief priests of the Jews said to Pilate, "Do not write the King of the Jews, but that he said, I am the King of the Jews." Well, who is I am in the Hebrew Testament? He said, I am the King of the Jews. I am who I am. Okay, so who is Jesus? Jesus is God. That's the way I see it. We've got the covenant, the heart. Mary holds him in her heart. She represents the church. I don't know if that's enough information to know that this is from the Holy Spirit. Because where that gets me then is what church interprets this that way? Where can I find these answers? Who holds the keys to the kingdom? Which church is it? Is it a specific religion? So you see, I'm searching. I'm not... I'm actually hoping other people will somehow understand what I'm saying. And maybe the reason that things, I contemplate on these things, I try to see it beyond beyond this picture, okay? They have the little gardener. What does the gardener represent? Well, where did Mary Magdalene find Jesus after he was resurrected? In the garden. Okay, all of these are symbolic, and I guess this is another thing. The churches I've been going to lately, they're building new churches, and they seem to be taking out all these symbolic images and stuff from the church. Some of them you know, they don't have the crucifix in the church, or they don't even have crosses in the church. And so because my mind functions so much on symbols, um, I, I think maybe other people would be more enlightened if these symbols were left in the churches, and even not only visual symbols, but Yusuf made a video and he had a train, and he showed it 3 times, and the bells were ringing, and the bells rang 3 times. Again, the Trinity. 3 is a symbolic number in the Bible. I don't know exactly what it means. I'm sure the scholars know all of that, but that struck a chord in me. So I looked it up, the Sanctus bells, you know, and this was like old school tradition, okay? And I guess I'm just trying to explain how I don't think these are all coincidences. I don't believe these are all coincidences. I attend an experiential Bible study by somebody who's very gifted with the way he teaches. And somehow, I think I've been able to, I'm, you know, I think it's a gift that God is showing me these things. That's the only way I can say. He poured his Spirit out at Pentecost on his disciples. He poured his Spirit out so they would recognize one another. They didn't speak the same language. All of a sudden, they were starting to speak. They understood each other, you know. So, I'm not saying that everything that comes out of the mouth of somebody else is true, but I'm saying much of what Yusuf says rings true to me, and it does not take me to a dark place like this. 2 Corinthians 4:6, for God, who said, light shall shine out of darkness, is the one who has shone in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Christ. You know, that's all I can say. I don't know. I wish I could get somebody to help me understand this. It would be nice. Thanks.